Wow. Slightly better this time.
I didn't hear it. Did you hear it?
Did it stutter for you at all?
No.
Oh, it stuttered for me. That was weird.
Oh, I didn't hear it blast through someone's microphone this time.
Oh,
Maybe it was my horrible snowball mic.
it probably heard it through your headphones because it picks up every freaking noise in the room.
Did we
your
just
balls.
discover the problem and fix
It was
wow.
It was Nicholas all along. Which, by the way,
all along.
we got to watch a couple of those trailers tonight. There's a few of them. There's a few of them. We got Agatha all along. We don't necessarily have to do this, but Gladiator 2, which looked pretty good until they started playing rap music. And it's like, wait, what? Gladiator 2? New Deadpool trailer. And Joker 2. And I think, have we done Rings of Power yet? I feel like we have. No, there's a new one. There's a new one. But I also got to show you guys something. I should probably share my screen. I'm not prepared right now.
We just wanted to get in on it.
The best podcast on YouTube.
Coming at you right now.
So a lot has happened. A lot. Okay, here we go. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, go ahead and share that bad boy.
Whoa. Yeah.
This is actual Amazon Prime, an actual Amazon Prime tweet. And they deleted the post.
Dang, he's almost an ogre.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, like an ogre.
No, like almost a Cyclops.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
before they deleted it, I actually clicked on them, and it wasn't much better. Like when you had it full screen and you tried to swipe and see both, like they still didn't line up. Then it looked like he had a really wide face. So yeah, I think he's been here. I'm like, I saw that long.
Yeah, I like that Thrash Pop post on the right.
It's been Sauron all along, actually.
When she asked for something like, so you
oh wow.
Great. I love Twitter. Yeah.
Time to go, Joe.
Time to go.
So
Joe.
a lot's happened. We don't normally talk about politics, but whew, so much has happened in the last couple of weeks. Two major things. One president almost died, and one president might be dead. We don't know. Yeah, crazy stuff happening. We won't get into any conspiracy theories on YouTube here, but yeah, Donald Trump survived. What a boss. We got one of the coolest pictures in American history, raising his fist with the American flag. That was pretty great.
His face.
RNC was pretty great. And yeah, Joe Biden has dropped out of the race via Twitter.
Via his basement.
Via his intern's smartphone.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
Which is probably just Kamala Harris. She just took the phone. Oh, Biden quits.
Yeah. So I just wanted to show that.
It's like Game of Thrones when the heir is not decided. And Kamala was like, "Oh, he said it was me. I promise. I have the seal.
Yeah.
I'm next."
Yeah. So you can unshare my screen. I wish I could unshare it. I wish I had the capability of doing that. One day when we start making money, we can get some a better program. But in the meantime, It's just raw and wriggling. That's our podcast.
Whoa.
Talking Nerds, raw and wriggling. But yeah, so it's been 2 weeks. Last week I had no power for a couple days, so I had to catch up on everything. Hack-olyte, House of the Dragon, the Hot D, anime. So we're all caught up now, almost. I have one episode of Hot D to catch up on. But yeah, so we're gonna be talking about the greatest episodes of Star Wars ever. So good. We totally didn't call anything that happened.
Nope.
Not at all. So we're excited to get into that. But before we do that, what have you guys been up to?
Well, I'm just excited about the future of entertainment. I mean,
How to
this,
entertain- yeah,
yeah, I don't know, but
we got a lot of good things coming in the
Yeah.
pipeline.
yeah,
Do we?
We got Rings of Power season 2.
yeah.
We got Agatha all along.
along.
We got the woke Batman the Animated Series coming out in a
What
week.
Star Wars thing coming out?
The Skeleton Crew, if that counts.
Oh, what is that?
Nobody
yeah, the
knows.
Skeleton Crew.
It's
I'm
like
excited for
Who
that.
knows?
it's like Gonk when they were gonna do a Gonk show.
Gone.
Yeah, those walking refrigerators.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Gone.
Gonk, gonk.
They should do a Basil show. I think that would get a lot of
Oh,
viewers.
that would really hit the audience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hashtag Soul didn't do anything wrong, but also hashtag Basil did everything wrong. But we'll get into that later.
Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, my week's been good. I've just been watching more of Attack on Titan. It's getting even better. Gets better.
Yeah.
It's getting. I don't know. It's confusing because there's a lot of different sides.
Oh, it's something.
There's a lot of different sides going on, and there's few characters that you're just like, I guess I like you right now, currently. But I mean, I always like Levi, but he's out of commission, to use the words that you used before. So
Levi's well, yeah.
Yeah, we'll get there. But no, so that's been good. What else have I been doing? Just been recording some more bourbon episode podcasts, or not most of us, a few of us are, not including myself, are dads. So time is a little tight. So we're trying to get a few pre-recorded here before we actually do our
waiting for that Freudian slip. Is that an announcement? Kidding.
Nah.
Kidding.
No, but we're trying to get ahead of busy schedules. So yeah, should be out soon. But other than that, not much.
All right.
Well, I
agree.
I have been watching Hack-olyte. Did that, finish that up. I actually, you know what? I watched episode 8 because I wanted to get it over with, believe it or not. Like, we were going to skip a week. And I was like,
episode 7. Episode 7.
Oh, right. The penultimate, second to last. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to watch it because I want to get it over with. And then I'll come and only have to watch one episode on the Tuesday that Biggie's going to catch up on. And so I did that. And yeah, I'm glad it's over. I thought today that I had another episode to watch. It was kind of like a panic dream, how you like wake up and you're like, oh no. No, it was good because it was celebration that it's over. So we're all good. Yeah. That's pretty much what I've been up to. Oh, I started listening to Song of Ice and Fire, book 1.
Nice.
About halfway through. So, and it's like very accurate to season 1 of Game of Thrones. Very.
Gotcha.
So.
Oh yeah, it is. Well, season 1's accurate to the book.
Right.
I think it does it cover. I think the whole book covers.
I think it's season 1 and 2.
Yeah, it's all of
season going right now.
I don't think it's all of season 2. Maybe I can't remember now. Obviously, it's been a while since I've actually watched Game of Thrones, so I'm not sure. But and it's been years, literally years since I've read the book, the first book.
Yeah.
So but
It's
as
crazy
far as I
that
remember, that was.
the show came out in 2011.
I know.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
You know
like,
what also came
we're
out in
almost
2011?
what?
The last Harry Potter film.
Dang. So that's a crazy overlap.
Yeah.
It's like it doesn't look. I guess what nowadays what looks that old is harder to tell. But like first season does not look like 2011.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Like it was very well done.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, yeah, that's what I've been up to. Just was a busy week this week, so didn't get to do too much. But
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
Mm.
No gaming this week, not
Mm.
yet. But yeah. But
I
what have you been up to?
forgot to mention I also watched Rocky for the first time.
Oh yeah.
Oh, how'd you like it?
It was good.
Hey, I was wondering if you wouldn't mind marrying me too much. Okay.
What's wrong? You don't like my place? Yeah, you don't like my place? I don't know.
I love Rocky.
Yeah. No, it was a good movie. It was different. Just because I haven't watched a movie that like from the 70s for a while. So I had to be like, oh yeah, this is a 70s movie. I gotta remember. Yeah. So but it was good.
Only watch movies from pre-2000 pretty much now at this point. So
Yeah.
they're better. They're just better. They're so much
Yeah.
better than everything else. But yeah. Nice. 1 second. I have not done a lot actually. Except for Doctor Who. I have been watching some more Doctor Who. And the one arc, what was it? Oh, so there was an arc with the Earth. It was like the original reptilian people. Remember that episode arc?
Right. They were underground and
Yeah.
they kidnapped people.
I'm surprised that was a 2-episode arc because that was not a great arc. Not only like the story was fine, but the acting for some reason was so cringe. Like even from Matt Smith, he was trying his best, but that script was not good at all. And Amy was awful in those episodes. I don't know what happened with that. I don't know, maybe it was a different director. I'm not sure, but it was just those were not great. Like, there's another episode. Dang it.
Yeah.
But after
it just wasn't really an exciting arc to begin with. So it's like, if you're not really into it, then I don't know.
it was like, we gotta work together to live together. It was like the dumbest like council ever. They're like, all right, we're getting somewhere. It's like, you are not in charge of Earth, okay? I don't know. I also so there's that episode. There was the what was the other one? Oh, the Vincent Van I always say Vincent Van Gogh, but apparently it's Vincent Van Gogh. And that was actually a surprisingly very, very good episode. Normally those like historical ones where they like meet with some famous person, they're usually like filler episodes. But this one was really good. Like it was very emotional. I actually like almost teared up a bit at the very end when they like bring him to modern day to see all his paintings and everything. And then it didn't even do anything. Obviously, he still killed himself. But man, that was a good episode. And then the one right after, I hate James Corden, but that was a great episode.
Which one was that?
Really good. That was like where he gets kicked out of the TARDIS, and there's something going on the upstairs flat of James Corden, and he moves in with James Corden.
Oh yeah,
that was a good episode. It was very suspenseful. I didn't like that he kept going like he kept forgetting what it means to be like human, kind of like, oh, that's what you guys do here. You guys kiss on the cheeks. Like, I feel like he should know that stuff. He's a time traveler.
Yeah.
So that was kind of weird, a weird route they took, but overall, very well done episode. and James Corden was not that bad. This was early on in his career before he got obnoxious. So, but yeah, so that's I watched a few episodes of Doctor Who. I'm like almost done with season 5 now. Yeah, I like him. Still like David Tennant better though.
Yeah. You might disagree with me. You might think David Tennant. One could argue that David Tennant is the golden age of the reboot of Doctor Who.
New Who.
Yeah, the new Who. But I really like the period of Matt Smith with Amy Pond. Rory's okay, but
Poor Rory.
yeah,
I feel worse for him than I felt for what was Rose's boyfriend,
oh,
Mickey.
yeah.
Mickey. I felt Mickey. Well, like he got into it, but I feel like this one they like really sped up the whole like getting used to the doctor, like with I'm the boyfriend, he just kind of accepted it. I thought really too quickly.
Well,
Where Mickey took time to get into that.
The difference is that Amy has, I would say, a crush on the doctor, and she likes to flirt with him.
More than a crush, she wanted to have sex with him like the first day they met.
Very true, but
I mean, Matt Smith is a hunk, so.
Rose like was in love with him.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. To the point where they got together, which actually you were rooting for the whole time.
Yeah.
So, like I was happy. It was a good way to end because that was a closure we never got with Rose and the doctor, and I thought that was a fitting way to end her story.
And then Mickey ended up with what's her name? His second companion. I can't remember her name.
Rose Tyler, and what's the other? Shoot.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Oh, that's gonna bug me. So hold on. David Tennant.
I always think that she's forgettable, but then like when I rewatched it, I actually enjoyed her as a companion. I just can't remember her name.
It's gonna hit you like a truck. Donna Noble.
No, not Donna Noble.
Not Donna Noble. Ah,
yeah, Donna was really cool. She's probably
Donna
took best with David Tennant in my mind.
Yeah, because it wasn't so
romantic.
Flirty. Yeah. It was more of like a. Dang it! What is her name?
Not Marie. Not
Martha Jones.
Martha. Yeah.
Martha Jones. Yeah. David Tennant just had the best voice for Doctor Who. The doctor's awesome. Like he is like he should be feared by all the. Like they always say, like I'm not afraid of them; they're afraid of me. He says that a lot. I believe David Tennant when he says that. Like he's actually kind of formidable. Matt Smith, not so much. He's very goofy.
Yeah, he's a goofy guy who ends up just getting it right because he's a doctor. But
I do believe that he's smart though, like a genius. Matt Smith pulls that off very well, like a geeky guy. Right. Oh, I was gonna say one line that really kind of like set me off. I was like, what? In the James Corden episode, he says, they call me doctor. I don't know why. It's like, what do you mean you don't know why? Because you fix things. Like that's so obvious. You talk about that all the time when you were David Tennant.
Yeah.
Because he fixes things. He's the doctor. That's why he chose. That was the whole arc with the what's it? Not the creator, the master, right?
Right.
The master picked his name because he wanted to be the master of all races, whereas the doctor wanted to be the savior. He wanted to fix things. It makes sense. So why would you not know that? That was kind of weird. Which I don't know. I guess I don't know the lore really that well. Does he have like a new? I know he remembers everything, but are there certain things that it's like this is a totally different person still? So they have some different memory or different things that they need to learn, I guess. I don't really know.
I didn't think that besides just learning like their tastes can change. Like he didn't like the same foods as he did before.
That was actually very clever. That was a great way of introducing a new doctor. Like I'm different, like this is me trying to figure out who the I am. and we visually showing it without literally telling you this is a new Doctor.
Right.
It's great. That's great storytelling and writing.
Yeah.
It's making me sad. I'm thinking of Game of Thrones while I'm watching this because I'm like, oh man, it's all gonna go downhill.
Yeah.
Doctor Who is probably the biggest downfall of a franchise of all time. Like the biggest what would you even call it? Like they did Doctor Who the dirtiest because of what they did with both Jodie Foster rewriting who the first Doctor was. The what do they call that? The children timeless children arc. So the original Doctor was a little black girl instead of whatever his name was, So but there was that. But then what happened with Ncuti Gatwa recently is just like unforgivable. So
well, I mean, it was always kind of subtly woke. Even
I know, but this is white people letting themselves die because they won't accept help from a black doctor. Like, I'm sorry,
I didn't see that. Yeah, jeez.
Yeah, it's gotten so bad. It's all about him being gay. That's all it is now at this point. Gay and black. That's what Doctor Who is, a social justice warrior. It's not about the
he fixes societies now.
Right. Yeah. And doesn't assume genders or pronouns. It's so bad. It is. Yeah, it's the biggest downfall of a franchise of all time, probably an IP. Star Wars right up there, and we'll get to that. But yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much all I've done. I got to catch up on Hot D. We have 2 episodes left, and then we're going to be doing a season recap of that. But yeah, not a lot of video games. I've been playing some Sons of the Forest. We're getting a little farther into the story, which is exciting because normally it's just exploring. But last night we were playing some and starting to get really good in the lore aspect. So I actually really recommend that game. And yeah, chugging along in Shadow of the Erd Tree, which is probably the biggest disappointment of the year. It's just, man, I'm so sad. I'm still gonna finish it, but yeah. Oh well. You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Not even really the villain, just like it's not even bad. It's just not great. So
it's hard to hold a perfect reputation.
For sure. Especially when Dark Souls, it's like, dang, you can't really beat Dark Souls or Bloodborne, So, but yeah. So, what's up, Morning Mayhem? Welcome. We're about to get into the goodies.
Welcome.
Good stuff.
We're about to get into the dirty dirt.
The dirty dirt. Why don't we watch Agatha All Along for a trailer?
Oh gosh.
I'll restart
Are we
it.
sure we want to do this?
Yes.
You sure about that?
You sure about that? How can this be any worse than the Hack-olyte? I mean, really, like truthfully.
That's true.
If there's a will, there's a way.
All right, here we go.
If there's a thread, there's a way.
All right, so right off the bat,
the power of one, the power of two. Original song.
It's definitely the year of the witch, and they're trying to make evil sound good everywhere in Disney because they're all a bunch of cackling witches.
They are witches. Yeah.
So I've already seen this trailer, but right off the bat, what's happening here is they're pulling the classic. Detective walks up to a crime scene. What do you got for me? With the classic song that's like one note on a piano over and over and over again. What I'm saying? Like ding, ding. And then the music's getting all crazy. That's what's happening. We're getting a classic Hollywood trailer here.
Another
stupid. It's like it reminds me of the Star Wars sequels. That's what it reminds me. Yep, the copy. Yeah, and they're not going to drink the coffee. I guarantee it.
beautiful day.
Take one sip, maybe.
Detective.
Yep. Surprise here. Yep. I only work here. You know, I was doing my
Only
job.
my job.
Yeah.
You probably told me to bring you coffee, so you knew I was coming.
Yeah, maybe black, 2 sugars, and 1 cream. Oh, what are you doing here?
Jane Doe.
Jane Doe.
Out here by the water.
Cause?
Water.
Water.
You know they're from
Yeah,
Pennsylvania.
the water. So we're in the South.
Got some black fingers. I wonder what that means.
Oh, witches. It was Agatha all along.
Could it be who we think it might be? Maybe. What do we got here?
What happened to you?
Tell me what you got. Come on, speak to me. Speak to me. He's dead.
I have a lead in the case.
Wow.
Do you now?
It was
But
me.
I can't shake this feeling I'm seeing it wrong.
How long do we think this is going to last? Wanda Maximoff.
Is this really how you see yourself?
That witch is gone.
Oh, okay. Never mind. It's all over now. We're going right into it. Yep. The whole detective thing. Yeah. It was
Huh.
probably going to be 20
Trapped in her
minutes the first
distorted
episode.
Spell. Claw your way out.
There she goes.
April Ludgate?
Up in
Yeah.
April?
How could you be in something this bad? What are you doing to yourself? It's all over
Oh my
now.
gosh.
I really hope we're not going to get copyrighted for that.
I miss the glory.
Creepy witch stuff.
I missed the times before the Salem witch trials.
So
They
many
did.
sisters dead.
We lost some good ones those days. The shrooms do nothing.
Oh, they looked like eggs. My witch
my-
eggs.
Witch eggs, yeah.
She took every bit of power I
The classic.
Yeah, more finger moving.
Make your fingers really creepy. That'll sell it.
had, but I can be that witch again.
They're trying. It's you know what it's feeling like. It's feeling like what's that stupid Halloween movie, the Disney movie, Hocus Pocus.
Hocus Pocus.
We're getting Hocus Pocus Disney Marvel edition. Oh, lovely.
Agatha, what happened to you?
Agatha, what
Man.
have you done?
You've really been stuck in there a while.
That detective job has not been good to you.
The gang's all here. Classic. Scooby Doo. Solving mysteries. Do you guys know who this is?
Not yet. I can't see his face.
All here. Let's hit the road.
Okay, we'll get to it. We'll get to his face. We got a little group of whimsical witches. Okay, so here's his face. You won't recognize him, but you can take a guess at who it is. Think back to WandaVision. Think back to WandaVision. 4 years ago?
Gosh, I
It's
can't
been
remember.
so long.
Yeah, it's
3 years ago.
I don't know.
Remember those 2 kids in the show?
the two
Her kids?
make believe kids.
Yeah, the 2 make-believe kids. Well, they're not Blake Believe anymore. And somehow Palpatine survived.
Oh no.
This is Wiccan. He's got his mother's power, so he's a witch. And
Or a wizard.
or a wizard. And he's gay. He's gay in the
No, she's a
comics.
witch. He's a witch.
But like of course just like we can't change or we can change straight characters into gay characters, but if they're a gay character, they gotta stay gay. So we're getting a gay character.
This also looks like a minority character. I thought they were both little white.
Oh yeah,
boys.
yeah, I know. Yeah, well, I guess he can be whatever he wants. He's not even real. So,
Huh.
but yeah, so he's gay. So we're getting a gay witch story.
I'm gonna
Look at these. This great cast we got here. Who
DEI.
wouldn't want to watch this?
To walk the witch's road.
Isn't that the chick from? She was from WandaVision, the old white lady in the back. Her? Wasn't she the neighbor? Pretty sure. Look at him. So excited.
So-
The road is Deathwish.
Agatha Harkness is this old character from the comics that babysat Wanda's kids, and this there's no substance to her character at all. So
Join me.
This actually makes perfect sense that April Ludgate's in here. Her whole character in Parks and Rec just loved witches.
true. She's a creepy bloke. Oh yeah.
Okay, I guess he is white.
Oh,
Definitely gonna be my favorite character. You think White Vision will show up, or did they forget about him?
he's white, so probably
Oh,
not.
true. Oh gosh. What is she looking at?
What witch in her right mind would join Agatha Harkness's coven?
Ugh.
Oh no,
No.
not the gay gasp.
For right-minded witches as
Left-minded witches.
What have they done to him?
it happens.
Gotta have a classic witch laugh. A
You know,
cackle.
being gay doesn't mean you have to be fruity.
True.
True.
There's always a pegger and a peggy. So he's obviously a peggy. We'll call him
They
Peggy.
always thought I was- His name's Peggy.
His name's Peggy now. Oh.
This doesn't even look like Marvel. Dude.
Yeah.
It doesn't even look like Marvel.
Sweetheart.
Ugh. Classic. Let's make a joke out of everything.
You okay? Oh my god. What's she doing? Where's she going?
This is so. Oh, and he's being a little bitch, of course.
Classic.
Nice.
Ooh, a 2-episode premiere.
Oh,
Gotta be a
yeah.
That's how we get those viewership ratings. You know.
That's so disturbing. Like that's disgusting that is what Marvel is now.
Yeah.
It doesn't even look like Marvel.
No.
I don't know if I can successfully play the Joker trailer without us getting copyrighted. So maybe watch that on your own. But that looks good.
I'm excited for it.
I
I like the first one.
I'm optimistic about it. Like I'm optimistic about this one coming out
Wait,
this
is that-
Friday.
Is that sarcasm or
No, this is real. This is
Okay.
real.
this
I'm
is real,
just-
not a drill? I'm
This
optimistic.
is me being very vulnerable because
Wow.
anything could happen.
I know I turn everything into a joke.
There's that piano again.
Classic.
It's
Classic.
the
Mr. turns everything
and of
into a
course-
joke.
and we got the music that's like a classic song but slower and like echoey and all that.
Yeah. This
Hopefully I don't get copyrighted for that.
I want to use that.
They're like, all right, this trailer looks good, but you know, the
Out the
piano.
music.
something's missed. We got to put the piano in there.
the one
Yeah.
keystroke piano.
Throw the one note in there. We're good to go.
Or something important.
Heartbeat.
They're really not hiding this, which is interesting.
I love that.
I mean, me too, but I'm like really like, what is this movie about? We'll see.
I waited a long time for this team up.
We all did. This is kind of a love letter, and I appreciate that. Did you guys see the
merch.
Xbox controllers with the
Yes.
boobies on?
The butts, yep.
And there was a trailer where they did Heinz mustard and ketchup. He's like, I can't unsee it.
In my world, you're well regarded.
Wow. Might be a love letter to him too.
You were an X-Man. Fuck that, you were the X-Man.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Terrible movie, but some great moments.
Mhm.
We all know how that one ended with the Deadpool.
Yeah.
He's a hero in my world.
She looks so young
Yeah.
there. Now she's Jackie in the Hack-olyte.
Oh yeah.
That's why I thought her scream sounded familiar.
Yeah, that's right. Because that's all she did in Logan. She didn't even talk. She just screamed.
Yeah.
All.
Yeah.
Fine.
Ugh. We get the stupid smoke monster from Loki again. And giant Ant-Man skull.
God used to beg me to wear this suit. So did Storm.
Mad Max.
Hmm.
Who doesn't love Mad Max? Or some people are calling it Furiosa. Because that's what it is now.
Beast. But I couldn't have him thinking I wanted to be there.
This chick is Professor X's sister. She's a villain.
It was too late. It's only 9 people, but my entire world is right here in this pit.
I actually kind of appreciate that. Like Deadpool doesn't take anything seriously, but he does have one thing that he actually cares about. So he's got a hero's motivation, you know? There's something about him that's still good. I appreciate that.
Picture. And I have no idea how to save it alone, but you know how to save him.
Sabretooth
Hmm.
from the OG Sabretooth from the X-Men, not from Wolverine, X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Right.
Whoever you think I am.
She's pretty spooky. She's got some she's pretty OP.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. An OP bad guy that
Yeah.
the good guys have to overcome.
Right. Who's it gonna be, guys? Who's it gonna be? She's all grown up. I agree. That
Does
is
she
a
talk
Sabretooth.
or does she still scream?
No, she talks.
Remains to be seen.
You were always the wrong guy.
There we go.
Till you weren't.
He's a bloody hero.
Are you ready?
Oh. Lady Deadpool. Which normally I'm like, but there's a lot of the general speculation is that it's Blake Lively, which I kind of appreciate. Because who could Deadpool end up with other than himself? And it'd be normal, not like the Loki crap we got. This would actually be fine. I'd be fine with this.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I'm ready.
And a ton of Deadpools. Yeah, that's true. A bunch of different Deadpools. There's like a Western Deadpool. I'm kind of excited. Like a gunslinger Deadpool. That'll be cool.
Marine.
Is this the multiverse that we deserve?
I love that. That's awesome. That is okay. I'm super excited for this team up, obviously, but I really want to see Spider-Man Deadpool team up at some point on screen.
That would be fun.
That would be dope. And there are rumors that Hulk is gonna fight Wolverine in this. So that'll be cool.
Interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, comes out this Friday. I'm actually kind of excited for it. We'll see. We shall see. Sadly, there's no popcorn bucket with a giant butt on it. That would be awesome. This is what happened when fans of the material make the movie instead of people of the studio. Yep, it's true. Ryan Reynolds is in charge. So hopefully that carried throughout the whole process, but we'll see. We'll see. All right, so
Well, I feel like Ryan Reynolds is actually in touch with people, like the general population,
yeah.
typically. Because like even with his endeavor with buying Wrexham, the soccer club,
Mm-hmm.
like he's only done right by the people.
Yeah.
So if
Yep.
that's anything, like that's worth anything, at least, we know that he generally cares about the general population when it comes to things that they love.
Agreed. And he has his own gin, so that's pretty cool too.
Yeah. Aviation.
I have not tried it.
I actually haven't tried it either, but
I haven't either, but I heard it's good.
I'll have to make a point of doing that soon.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Allegedly, Kevin Feige tried to come on set a few times, and Ryan Reynolds had to get him out of there. All right, that is cool. I do remember him saying something on a podcast talking about fans, and he's like, "You don't expect anything change about the MCU. This is not what this is. This is just a love letter to the fans, and it's exactly what you want. It's just cool superhero stuff, blowing up things, fighting, all this stuff. Like, that's great. You know, you can set your expectations. Marvel's not fixed by any means, but we have a cool movie at least we get to watch. So,
yeah.
So that's exciting. All right. You want to share my screen? I think it's about time we finish this Hack-olyte stuff.
Oh no.
We got 2 episodes here. Episode 7.
I was feeling so happy.
Yeah. Time to bring you back down. Episode 7 and episode 8. Arguably the worst 2 episodes of the show. 7 probably takes the cake, I would say. But episode 8 really just kind of screws up a lot in Star Wars. It might be it's up there as one of the most damaging things in Star Wars.
You gotta share the
I think 8 was
this is exactly how we feel.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wasn't crying though. I mean, I'm over it, you know. Star Wars is long dead to me, so I'm not upset. I'm just like, what is this? What is this garbage? You know, it's just kind of like reacting to the show itself and how awful it is. But there are some things it's like, okay, I could be upset about that. But we'll get to that. First we gotta ask ourselves the question. Are the Jedi bad? Were the Jedi wrong? Did they do bad things?
Yeah.
We'll find out. Here's a hint. The show wants you to think that they did. But we'll see.
You decide for yourself.
Yeah, we're gonna.
What's your truth?
What's your truth? When you watch. Okay, there's just a little recap at the beginning. Okay, so we knew that there was going to be another flashback episode, right? Because obviously there were a lot of unanswered things about how did the witches die? What did the Jedi do? Why did Torben kill himself? You know, these are important questions. This is cinema. We need to know. So we got another recap episode, and it is basically the same episode as episode 3. Really, nothing's different, but we do get some answers.
Right. Which, for all its faults, at least it did give, even if the answers were bullcrap, at least they were answers of some form.
Oh yeah. So it starts off. We get some of the most riveting Jedi adventure we've ever gotten. They're using metal detectors and finding plants with them. Because, things work differently in this universe. Stone gets set on fire. Fire can blaze and flicker with the winds of space. And metal detectors detect grass. Forest grass, sorry.
Force grass.
Thread grass.
Thread grass. Threads of grass. And we also get Wookiees that are very gentle. That aren't that strong at all, actually. And we'll get to that in a second. We get our opening shot. The Jedi are doing their thing. We get a little shot of Soul putting some weird looking funky plants in this box. We're not sure what it is, but he's doing something. And Kilnaka's waving his little stick around.
Did we ever talk about the fact that this is the second time that the actor of Tommen and what's his name killed himself in a show?
We did. Yeah, I think we did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he just hates himself.
He's probably going through a lot, that actor.
Maybe. Or he
How
just
do I deal with this?
he realizes that, well, I guess in Game of Thrones he was in a good thing at least at the time. But this he's like, okay, please just let me die. We get a little backstory into how these characters interacted with each other. Tommen, Jedi Master Tommen Torben, he doesn't want to be there. He's not very happy, which is interesting. If you're a Jedi Padawan, you're probably pretty excited to go on Jedi missions. But to be fair, he's doing the stupidest stuff a Jedi could possibly do. It's giving me vibes of Rebel Moon, something that happened in Rebel Moon that just kept going for ages. We got it. Is the Flash making his way into the? There he is.
Yes, I'm here.
I felt the vibrations of the time-space continuum shaking. I knew.
Slash your cell phone when I text.
Well, I thought. Well, yeah. Anyway.
Right. The Flash is
red.
He's almost as fast as how fast the Jedi travel to different planets.
Yes. You know what? Almost, but still not quite. We're 48 minutes into the stream. The Jedi make it there in 20 minutes. So you got some time to make up on that.
Yeah, sounds good.
We're getting right into episode 7 here.
Yeah, I figured.
So Tommen's complaining. He's sad. He's a sad little mopey.
It's Torben time.
It's Torben time. And Torben just wants to go home to Coruscant. Which
thank goodness we get the title every time.
Yeah, I don't know what planet that is unless they tell me. But they're chilling, doing some Jedi stuff. I really wish I had subtitles because some of this conversation is so riveting. But it also just kind of really just makes you cringe on what Leslie Headling thinks that the Jedi value. But they're talking and Soul's trying to convince him that we're doing exciting work. This is what it means to be a Jedi. It's all gonna pay off. It's gonna be worth it because there's a vergence in the Force. We can feel it. There's something going on here. We're trying to figure it out, and we're gonna find it. And so the next day, they're doing their thing again, and he's like, go easy on him or something along those lines. And she's like, well, you would know if you had a Jedi Padawan. It's like, ooh, burn. She got him good.
So good.
Yeah, he's a Jedi Knight. Technically, I guess he might be a master at this point, but it's like, all right. How is that supposed to be helpful in this situation? Okay, Trinity. But so we're kind of getting a sense of what her perspective on things is. She doesn't like going into action. She really subscribes to the whole belief that a Jedi should not attack, should not pull out their lightsaber unless they're being provoked or attacked. Not even provoked, just attacked. But Soul's a little different. Soul's a little bit more traditional. He's a good guy. I like him. Again, hashtag Soul did nothing wrong. Soul did nothing wrong this entire time.
Right.
But they would like to think you did, and to an extreme sense at the very end, just a sickening ending. I was actually pretty pissed by the end. I was already mad, but I was like, you got to be kidding me.
And it wasn't even a situation where it's like, okay, he has to take the fall for the greater good. It's like, no, they truly believe that he was in the wrong.
Right. So yeah, we'll get to that. But she's very restrained. She doesn't want Soul doing anything crazy. But what does Soul do? He goes and does something crazy. He finds this little tree. He sees these little children, and we get the exact same episode as episode 3, I believe it was. Literally word for word. We already knew the funniest part of it is that we already knew Soul was watching them. And it's like, okay, well, maybe there's a little bit added context. No, not really. I mean, you would kind of expect, like, I didn't think he was like a creep or anything from episode 3. I just thought, oh, he sees a couple Force users and he's trying to follow them. That's exactly what happened. So no new context. It's just the same episode, just from his perspective, different camera angle. Their Soul being a creep, and it's funny because right here. Oh gosh, please play. There we go. Okay, so Soul's watching the kids. Oh no, no. We're gonna play it a little bit here. They're going. He's watching the kids, and you can see pretty far. You can see a lot of this forest, right?
Yeah.
Nothing can sneak up on you. I mean, you can see Soul. He's walking. The kids don't notice him. What do we see here? Oh, nothing. Okay. Makes sense. They're doing their little handshake thing. Soul's watching, and all right, director Q, bring in the horny lady. Yep, there she is. Come out behind the tree.
And action.
Action. What are you children doing here? Classic. Just some classic Disney Star Wars right there.
Wow.
There's
the camera angle.
This is why it's bad. It's just stupid things that are so amateur. Like, just do better. Make it make sense. It's not even just cringe. Or not even just like destroying Star Wars. It's just complete cringe storytelling, writing, all of the above. So yeah. So that happens. Soul's like, I found children, and it seems they're Force users. And she's like, get back to base. It's nothing. But of course, he follows.
We're looking for life. You found it. We don't want anything to do with it.
Right.
Neither do we.
He follows them to this base. Pretty fortified. Stone. And metal. Very strong. impregnable. You don't think anybody can get in, and of course
No.
he can't.
It's impregnable. All right.
Impregnable. Oh yes, very impregnable. And he's like, ah, dang it, I can't get in. So what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Maybe I'll just climb.
Yeah, I can get up there.
That seems safe and doable.
Hey, little
So he
thing.
does that. And he climbs all the way up. It's like a scene out of Lord of the Rings. And he makes it. Okay.
Was there a window up there? I didn't
I don't
see a
know.
window.
I'm not sure how he got in. But clearly this fortress has its weaknesses, as we know. And he gets in, and it's like
it's susceptible to fire and burning.
Yeah.
right. We learned one new thing. The noise that they heard was just Soul.
I didn't even remember that.
Yeah. So Soul's like, okay, here's one point for Soul. He sees creepy people shoving children down and trying to force them into doing some creepy stuff. Yeah. So that's a point for Soul. Negative point for the witches. So the Jedi
Score is 1 to
score
-1.
1-0. 1-1. Yeah, we'll do that. So the Jedi, so he's, as of right now, he's pretty in his right to start investigating stuff because something weird's happening with children and something shouldn't be happening. So he's got that going for him. They see something over here. Horny lady checks it out. He comes back. I don't know how. He probably climbs back down the mountain again. Good for him, I guess. Comes back. He's like, I found something. And of course, what is Jedi Master Trinity's response? We need to leave the locals alone. We need to leave the friendly cult alone. They're minding their own business. We should not get involved. That's not what the Jedi do. That kind of is what the Jedi do, actually. When creepy stuff's happening, the Jedi are there.
When the dark side is involved,
when the
Jedi
Force
are
in
there.
any sense is involved for creepy stuff, the Jedi are there. And when it's children, they want to get them out of there, and so that they make sure that they don't turn to the dark side. It's pretty important.
Right.
But she's like, no, we can't do that. We need to continue our work. Torben was like, oh, dang it, almost something exciting happened.
I still want to go home though.
Yeah. So, but Torben, I think this is what happened. I can't remember exactly. Somebody took matters into their own hands. They showed up here. I don't really care how they showed up. But they showed up here, and he's like, we got to do this the right way. Now, you remember all this, right? This is all episode 3. They're being cringy. They're like, the Jedi have the right to get children test children to be Jedi, but of course with your permission.
Mm-hmm.
So a little bit of hypocrisy there. They come in, of course. Remember, we got those good old bow and arrows, those little compound bows, and creepy witches doing creepy stuff. And now we get to find out the truth. What happened to Torben? Why does his eyes turn black? What is it really the witch being creepy and bad and evil? Or is it oh yes, okay, yep. It's like Dora the Explorer. Point out the creepy witch. That's
so
right.
many.
They're all creepy witches. But there's one creepy witch that's worse than them all. So what does she do? She clouds his mind. She comes into his brain
with the dark side of the Force.
with something dark. And what does she try to do? Does she try to have a normal conversation with him? Or does she try to seduce him with the power of the dark side?
Yeah. I mean, even if somebody was to say, like, how do you know it's the dark side? Like, how do you know it's evil? It's like, it's dark and foggy and ominous.
It's usually a good
That usually means.
But also just the rhetoric of, do you really want to be here?
Right.
Um,
It's Satan tempting.
it kind of sounds like Satan in the garden, right?
Right.
Yeah, so that's, you know, obvious stuff happening there. So that's another negative point for the witches. So we're at -2 now. And of course she's asking him all these questions like, what do you want? What's your deepest desire? He's like, I want to go home. This guy is eventually a Jedi master. And he just wants to go home. It sounds like he doesn't even want to be a Jedi. But certainly not a strong Jedi in the Force, because he just wants to go home. Very easily manipulated. So we got that. So I guess that isn't kind of a negative point for the Jedi. So I guess we're back to 0.
Well, also I would give a negative for Master Trinity
True.
saying leave the friendly cult alone.
That's a good
Don't
point.
disturb the locals.
Yep. So I guess we're at -1 for the Jedi.
But yeah, I think the Jedi, except for Soul, are dumb. But that was the issue I had.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were more in touch with their feelings back then.
I want to keep Soul his own score. So Soul is 1 to -1 versus everybody.
Fair enough. I guess it really is truly all about Soul in the. So yeah, we'll give him that. So she's doing her creepy stuff. And basically he's weak and he succumbs to the dark side in a way. And she's like, okay, I'll get you home, but you need to do something for me first. And he's like, oh, sure. And yeah, look at that acting. And so he decides to do whatever she wants. So of course
he's got the Hayden Christensen rat tail.
Right. Yep. Gotta have the rat tail. We find out obviously what happened there. Surprise, surprise. She took over his brain and fed him, dirty secrets, or dirty, all bad stuff. And, this is a negative point for the Jedi. And we've said this before, obviously, but that probably should have been assigned to like, okay, you're doing some creepy stuff here. You literally just took control of a Jedi. It's time for you to die. Or at least be arrested. At least be arrested.
That's a sign of aggression.
Sign of aggression. Yeah, we already got something. We've already established you have a right to be there. So don't apologize. You have the right to do this. So they do nothing, of course. Then we find out, all the stuff. She's, of course, being all pissy with him. And then Soul gets angry with her, rightfully so, for, doing absolutely nothing. He's acting his heart out once again, unfortunately for his career. They get in a little fight, whatever, but next day we're going to test the Jedis again. So we do this all stuff. But this time we get May's side of the training or the testing rather than Osha's side. And rather than, being a good little lying witch like she was supposed to be, she's very terrible at it. And every time she answers a question, she answers it immediately. It's like, okay, if I was like pretending I didn't have the Force, I would probably be like, oh, I don't know, a ship. I wouldn't be like ship, planet. Like,
I'm willing to give her the benefit of the doubt because she's a child and she doesn't know that she's being an idiot. But
fair. But she becomes even more of an idiot when she literally tells them all the deep, dark secrets of the witches cult.
Right.
She remains an idiot.
They're like,
grows up too.
Is this a witch cult? She's like, oh yeah, definitely a witch cult. Yeah. Yeah, we're doing some creepy stuff.
Yeah, they teach us about anger and stuff like that.
Yeah, we're like trying to ascend. They're trying to take over our minds and all this stuff. Like, oh, okay, yeah, we're gonna be slaves basically, but it's all chill. At least we got family. So they don't really question it. And then they do OSHA's test, all that stuff. She's like, I want to be a Jedi. She's still being stoic and stupid. And then we get to this part, and if I remember correctly,
This guy.
Tom
You're
and Torben decides that his one chance of getting off this planet is rescuing these girls and bringing them to the High Council. So he gets on his speeder and he speeds away, and they have to follow. So then we come back to here. We already saw this stuff in episode 3. I don't know why they're showing it all over again. And then horny lady. So we know the results of what happens. May sets a piece of paper on fire and it sparks everything, and then it turns all this stuff. So May probably would have been mind controlled, you would assume. Like the witches probably kind of mind controlled her to do some wacky. Nope. They're like, hey, you should go kill your sister and set the place on fire. That could potentially kill us all. Okay, yeah, I'll do it. So May's actually evil. She is in the wrong the entire time. And ultimately, she gets her way, which we'll get to. But horny lady convinces, there's a transgender again. Horny lady gets her way, and they convince May to do the thing. They're literally all staring at her. It's such a cult. They're like just pressuring this kid to do these evil things, and this is good. These are the good guys. These are who you should be rooting for. And they're gonna climb again. So they do that. Kilnaka is just surprisingly very mellow.
Not a Wookiee at all.
Not a Wookiee at all.
He's like my cat on drugs. He's just like, take him off the drugs. Let him go.
Yeah. So they come up and they get inside and they encounter the witches. And the witches again are, being a little aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
And she's all like, Tommen's like, I fortified my mind. Like, okay, all right. I guess you redeemed yourself a little bit. And of course, they're trying to be peaceful. They just want OSHA, but they're like, no. And later on, this lady says, I was going to let OSHA go.
Were you? Maybe.
But in this instance, she's kind of being, she's, oh my gosh, I'm getting a million texts right now. She's just being a little aggressive, and then all the witches start shooting stuff at them, and May coming out, and he's like, no, wait. Tommen, I think they showed it here. Tommen had to kind of defend himself a little bit. All right, I guess we'll get to that. So the creepy lady is going to take over. Well, the horny lady is kind of the first one to attack. At this point, yes, he did the correct thing. It's over, right? We gotta fight back. This is bad. The creepy lady goes full demon. I mean, look at that.
That's messed up.
That's the dark side if I've ever seen it.
If I ever seen one, yeah. And she's like doing her creepy stuff. Now would probably be a good time to intervene. I think he's got all the evidence he needs. Soul's got all the he's doing the right thing now. He's like, okay, this is evil stuff. We need to stop this. But instead, he's just like, what? sees that May's kind of dying. She's literally killing her child. And so he finally does the right thing, but a very weird way of doing it. Somehow a lightsaber materializes in smoke. I don't know how, but at least he got her. At least he did the right thing. And she's dead, and she's like, I was going to let Osha go. He's like, oh. And right before this, I forgot to mention, she said the Jedi, all these like these judgments you guys are making will haunt, like basically come to haunt you and get all the Jedi in the galaxy killed. I'm like, huh. Wonder what that sounds like. You're trying to foreshadow that what the Jedi did here is why Order 66 happened. How about that Palpatine was just very good at what he did, and it took honored whatever how many years it took them to infiltrate every bit of the government and the Jedi Order, and he just eventually took over because he was good at what he did. Not that the Jedi were being bad, you know.
Right.
But they're trying to imply that oh yeah, you know, wink wink, this is why Order 66 happened. Reminds me of my ex-wife. Sorry to hear that.
Sorry we're putting you through your trauma again.
Yeah. So he's kind of feeling bad, which he shouldn't. And May's running away. And of course, she already started burning down Osha's room. That stupid stuff happened. Poor Torben is really just trying to survive. And this guy's doing nothing. He doesn't even have his lightsaber. He's just kind of fumbling around. Now, this is kind of a negative point for Soul.
Yeah.
Soul's back to 0. Yeah.
Back to 0.
Yeah, he probably should have done.
Well, no, he got 1 for killing the witch.
Oh, that's
He
true.
did.
So he's back to 1.
He's back to 1. He's back to 1. I mean, look at him. He's just kind of like just taking it, and poor Torben's like over here. Like,
I fortified
Wait,
myself.
Side
Master.
note too. Why would Torben have a yellow lightsaber as a Padawan?
well, you've been out of the loop, Zach. Color
Colors don't
colored
matter.
lightsabers
Colors
don't matter.
anymore.
Doesn't matter anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Got it.
It never did.
They're just colors.
We're
Yeah.
colorblind.
Yeah.
So stupid.
No. Except for red lights.
Well, yeah, except when we bleed crystals incorrectly.
Yeah. So we'll get to that. But horny lady's going full horny, and she's like, again, this is supposed to be like the victim here, and he still doesn't have his lightsaber out. What are you doing? She is actually attacking you. Like what is this? Torben's still going over here, and he's doing this. So yeah, but she's like, witch time. It's witching time. And he's like, where you going? Still doesn't have his lightsaber pulled out.
It was Agatha all along.
Yeah, at
It's
that point,
Agatha all along.
I would have my lightsaber out.
What are they doing? Well, the witches are taking over Jedi Master Kilnaka. We finally, something maybe good comes out of this show. We get to see a Jedi Wookiee in action. And then we get this. Look how calm he is. Oh yeah, creepy witches doing their creepy thing. Here's the dude.
One of these is not like the other.
And it's not her. So they start fighting, and Kilnaka is just like really taking it easy on them. I mean, wow. Probably would have ripped his arm off.
I don't know. That's what I was saying the whole time. Like they always talk about how Wookiees could rip your arms out of its socket, and none of that here.
No. Nope.
I'm
nope,
just
nope.
not seeing it, Chief. I'm just not seeing it.
So that's happening. And then we get to find out, how did Torben get his scars? Well, he shoved his face into a wall with the strength of a Wookiee. He probably shouldn't have a head anymore.
Yeah.
His head would probably be squashed. Like, I mean, look at him. He's pressing in.
And that angle, your wrist would not be able to hold a Wookiee's.
Oh no. Yeah, he's dead.
Oh, you guys got to remember the Force does give you some additional strength. I'm not saying for
Okay.
sure.
The Force is on both
it-
sides.
Yeah,
right,
so
but
Wookiee should have it too.
but she probably. I'm trying to give them some
Don't
small
do
benefit
it.
of the doubt
No.
here.
No.
Like, he's
If
still a
you
Wookiee, though.
listen,
And he's being
if you-
controlled by a bunch of witches.
right, but if you go through other areas of possession, it takes a minute to get calibrated to the body, we'll say. So maybe she didn't fully understand how to utilize his full
Oh my
strength.
gosh. No. Zach, you sounded like a shill. You're sounding like a shill.
No.
No,
Wait, did you say she?
Unacceptable.
Unacceptable. No, the witches.
Oh, okay. Okay. The witch is controlling Kilnaka. I was like, wait,
Yeah.
Kilnaka's
All
a
of them.
man, right?
All of them are controlling Kelnaka.
Well, he's gender fluid, so
True.
Do
um
Wookiees really have gender? Come on.
true. I don't see any boobs. So he's then he kicks him. Well, I
Yeah,
mean, look
see-
at that. He kicked the
Right.
wall, and it just
That was
destroyed
a
it.
realistic thing that just happened there.
Then there's this awful thing. Awful choreography. And Kilnaka's just kind of a useless. What is this? Disappointment. No.
Arm's gone. That arm
Yeah.
is gone.
He just ripped his arm off again. Now he's chucking him. Broke his back. Yeah. Ooh, he's just like full force choking him.
Han, there's a chance
Yeah.
to save Han.
Yeah, that's probably what they're going for there. Have a great night, Morning Mayhem. Thanks for being here.
Good night, buddy. Thanks for popping in again.
The witches doing their thing, and then of course this Jedi Master Trinity comes in, and she uses the Force to take him back, and she kills all the witches.
Yay! Point for the Jedi.
Ding dong, the witches are dead. She finally does something right, but of course she feels bad about it. And it's not so they all die, and you think, okay, this honestly turned out pretty good. You would think, okay, we could probably tell the Jedi Council about this all. These guys were being evil. They were using the dark side. They took control of 2 of our Jedis. We almost died. We were well within our rights to kill these people. Jedi Master Yoda probably would have agreed. Now here's Soul's one mistake. The girls are on, just like we saw in episode 3, they're on the little thing. And he decides to use the Force to hold up the bridges rather than maybe just the girls. That'd probably be less weight. They're pretty small. I'm sure you could do it. And he lets May die. And that's the guilt that he has to live with for the rest of his life. The whole show kind of what's the word? This moment is kind of the most important moment in the show. The turning point. Kind of the whatever the word is. You know what I'm saying.
Fulcrum.
There you go. It's what sets all the events into motion.
The pinnacle.
Yeah, it's a pinnacle. And so you know what? Honestly, maybe Soul deserves what he got just because he's so stupid. But this is why we get the rest of the show.
So he's back to 0. Witches and women are down to -2.
They're down 6 feet almost when they get buried. But yeah, so they're all dead. And now we found out how the witches died. And so I asked this question again. Did the Jedi do anything wrong? No.
No, they did not.
Nope.
I'm not seeing it.
Survey says no.
They're
And
doing
she
their
says,
jobs as peacekeepers of the
Exactly.
universe.
yeah, they saved Osha. And so he's like, we need to tell the council. And she disagrees with him. Again, she's like, she's in favor of lying and saying that that May killed all they're always trying to find a scapegoat. I swear that's the theme of the show, is finding a scapegoat for problems that you don't want to deal with. And she doesn't want to deal with the problems, any repercussions, because she's in charge. But it's like, there shouldn't really be any. I mean, Soul might get but it's like, he did the right thing. He did all the right things. He saved a life, you know. Too bad he lost one, but he was really the only witness, you know. And yeah, the witches deserved it. So she's like, no, we're not going to tell them about it. We're going to keep it a secret. And once again, I say, this is why Torben killed himself, because of this, because of these events. And so he agrees because he's a stupid idiot. And he's going to take, okay.
That's
I would
it.
also
That's
I would also like to point out the cherry on top of this episode is a pop song called "The Power of Two."
It's like that alone pissed me off almost more than anything else about this show.
That breaks more lore than anything else.
Right? Gosh.
Yeah, it's rough.
Jeez.
And like, even just writing the song from the perspective of the witches is just another heavy-handed way to try to say, yeah, you should be cheering for them.
Right. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And look, too, they also try to like put this up as like a unique twist on Star Wars where the Jedi are the bad guy. It's still rebels versus more powerful, in control group. It's just you've turned the Jedi into the evil overlords and tried to make a bad coven of witches the rebels.
Yeah, I mean, they showed their hand when they said that your blunders or whatever are are going to be the downfall of the Jedi. All the Jedi are going to die because of you, because of how you are. It's like, you guys don't understand Star Wars at all.
Well, to be fair though, in the sense of that they don't want to tell anybody anything about their misdeeds and hide everything.
That is a good
kind of a point.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say it's even more damning when you find out that Yoda knew about all these events that happen here. Yoda knows about the Sith way before he should. Cariati Mundi knows, yeah,
Right.
which we'll get to that abomination here. But yeah, that was supposed to give you a backstory of why the Jedi are in the wrong, why Torben killed himself, and it's not working. But yeah, now we get to episode 8, the finale. And you have to share my screen again, I think.
Sorry.
You're good. So now we're back in present time. Remember this?
Yeah, she looks like a little kid.
Yeah. We come back to this moment, and he tries to take the helmet off of her, and he's like, "Whoa, there's something weird about you." and she has a vision of May killing Soul. And in the vision, the girl May is wearing this kind of like gray shirt, something that OSHA puts on later. Oh, maybe that's me. We'll get maybe I shouldn't put on the shirt that I saw in my vision. That might
Classic
not be a good idea.
twin mix-up.
Yeah.
And isn't he such a good guy? Like he cares about her.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
We
yeah.
definitely. Yeah, it took him 15 minutes for him to turn her to the dark side, and now he's seen as her a good mentor, and he's really
Her lover.
sticking
Well,
it
and-
to.
Hot.
I was going to say, I know, I'm sure you guys discussed this in that episode, but it's like, when did Star Wars turn into a softcore porno or House of Dragons? Like, geez Louise, the whole scene
A
with
thirst trap.
Yes,
It is
oh
a
my
thirst trap.
gosh.
And all the fans of this are like, show his dick, show his dick.
Well,
Like,
and it's like,
what?
look, it's wrong to sexualize females, but we can sexualize the males. That's okay.
It's not even that. It's just like, this is Star Wars. It's family friendly.
Exactly.
Why is this? What does this have to do with the plot? But again, if you're going to show us the story from the Sith's perspective, passion, and giving in to your desires, I guess this is immediately what they think of.
True.
So that's all they can think of. Everything's just debauchery. So, yeah. So she sees a vision, and she doesn't understand it yet, but she will.
Oh, she will.
Oh, she will.
Oh shit.
We can start to see that May and OSHA are switching sides. There's so much symbolism in their
I
color.
hated how flippy floppy everybody was.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like
They're-
they
they're
switched sides
yin and
like 3
yang.
times.
They're yin
They're
and
yin-
yang.
Exactly. Which is
They
kind of
both
true.
have a little bit of each other in each other.
Well, maybe a little bit more than that,
Yeah.
actually.
They are one.
They are one. They are
Yeah.
two. They are
Yeah,
many.
Soul makes another fatal flaw. He decides to leave the hacking droid in her pocket when
Yeah.
she's cuffed.
I definitely called that before. I was like, why wouldn't he take that out? Like, it just doesn't
Yeah.
make sense.
Yeah, so he's being stupid. He starts kind of explaining stuff about her past, but instead of trying to like listen, she just decides screw it, and she knocks him out. And she gets into an escape pod, kind of a little escape ship, and she's going away. And of course, we see this amazing shot of her struggling to put a helmet on over her
Dreads.
wig, her dreads, which
It's like, why put the helmet on?
I mean, look at that. So yeah, so she escaped.
Why put it on, you ask? So they can sell toys of it. That's why.
Oh well, yeah,
Mm.
probably. She's escaping. Gosh, this is so boring. And he's like coming after her, and Basil's there, and everything's great. And
Basil sabotages him.
so
Why?
yeah, they're going through this like asteroid field, and Basil, for some reason, starts ripping wires out.
What?
Like a feral animal he is.
Yeah, and like the little turd he is, he just runs away. And he look at him. He's like, ugh. Nobody takes accountability of this show.
his
Not even
little jump.
Basil. Yeah. And it just like really screws things up, like really badly. Maybe he's working for Jar Jar. I don't know. But they're like kind of crashing. Somehow she doesn't get wiped out. And then she gets away. and she but she crash lands on what else but the original planet where everything went down, which I've already forgotten the name. Then we get to Mog. Remember Mog? Our favorite character?
Lord Mog.
Lord Mog.
Mog, the Lord of Blog.
The Lord of Blogs. He writes a lot of blogs. And and we get Jedi Master nepotism. And she's hiding stuff too. She's almost as, I mean, like, what? Man, this is why you can't have women in charge of the Jedi, because they are hiding they're keeping all these secrets. They're refusing to, spill the tea.
What is her role? Is she on the Jedi Council?
She's not even on the Jedi Council. She's just, I mean, this was a time, obviously, there are a lot of Jedi. So, I mean, at the time of the prequels, you would expect most of the Masters to be on the Council. But in this point, there are so many of them, not all
Is
the
she
Masters.
like a senior master?
I mean, I guess so.
Yeah.
She gets
She must-
a purple lightsaber whip.
Right.
Whip.
Yeah.
A bendy crystal.
She gets them bendy crystals, so she's special. Man, I can't even remember all the dialogue, but do I care? No. So she gets interrogated by somebody from the Senate, from the Galactic Senate, and they're asking questions. Somehow this guy found out about it, and she starts lying to him. She's not revealing the truth. And so he's like, what? Something's not adding up here. But we'll get back to them. And then there's some cute little ball sacks again, obviously. We gotta have the little critters that do absolutely nothing. And OSHA's just like full dark side, it looks like. And she's totally chill with Smilo Ren, who killed all those Jedi. Some of which she was friends with.
Right. Maybe would have been more than just friends with.
Maybe a lover. And
Jackie.
Jackie. And she's all chill with him now, though, because he's got a big personality. And
he's got a nice personality.
And
lightsaber.
Oh yeah. Detachable. And so she's like, we need to go to the planet. We need, I need to catch May and all this stuff. I honestly don't really remember the plot here, but he's like, we'll both go and see who gets there first. It's like, okay, this is so stupid. It's so like,
let's race.
It's flirty.
It's all flirty and all that stuff's passionate. And so he's following May, and gosh, it's just all so terrible. They all get there really quickly. Why not? And they're here, and then we're all kind of going down memory lane. No, all the regrets you've had, and then we get our big fight between Smilo Ren and Master Swole. And it's not terrible, actually, until it gets terrible. Until it gets really bad. Which is right about oh, nope. Gosh, the tracker on this is so bad. Oh, come on. This.
Yeah, like what even is this? Like, I get that the prequels and the sequels are different fighting styles, but this is Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, which has never been a thing.
Because that was the influence of this show, you know, amongst other things like Frozen and Kill Bill.
Right.
Yeah, it's because he's Asian, I guess.
Hmm.
I don't know, but we got this weird thing. Gosh, I want this to be over. So she kicks him, or he kicks him. He's kind of whooping his butt, but he keeps turning his lightsaber off. Like, dude, just leave it on.
It's to show he doesn't truly want to fight.
It's like the masks in Marvel. You know, the helmet's always
Right.
coming on and off. That's what it reminds me of.
Yep.
You just want to hear the bzoo, bzoo, bzoo.
Yep.
Stop whipping them out. Meanwhile, Osha and May confront each other, and Osha's all mad about what happened. You know, she burned all the stone down, and she's like, they're talking about Soul, and May's whispering stuff into her ear basically about Soul, and she's like, you don't know what you're talking about. And basically we find out that the reason she wasn't in she left the Jedi Order is because she was too passionate. Basically she kind of had some dark side stuff in her, you know, she's got some of the witch stuff left over, so she quit. And May's being all like, you know, whatever, you know, and so she attacks. Like, well, where'd you learn all this?
Looks like she's dragging her face through the ground there.
Yeah. Somehow she knows how to fight now. And not even just that. They like do the same moves.
A lot happened in that 15 minutes on the unknown planet.
Oh, I guess so.
Which, by the way,
And-
we missed. Didn't we miss the Dark Plagueis part?
Oh, you know what? You're right. Shoot. We'll be back to this. 21:15. Okay. Yeah. Well. Yep. So they're leaving. And as they're leaving, you know, doing their little
Cat and mouse game.
Look at that. Ugh, it's so stupid.
She's got eyes for him.
This episode is so boring. I can't tell you how boring it is. It's so much of this. It's like, just move on. Ugh. It's worse without sound. This is acting. What do you think she's thinking right now? I don't know.
I want to see that booty naked again. That's what she's thinking.
She's looking down. So as they're leaving, we already knew there was going to be another Sith.
Yeah.
That looks like an iPhone charger right there. We get this creepy hand coming out. And who is it? What's the big reveal? It's Darth Plagueis. It was Plagueis all along.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
you know what they want you to think here? They want you to cream your pants over this. They want you to be so excited. Look, guys, it's Star Wars. You loved Star Wars.
This is the problem with Disney Star Wars too, is that they're constantly hinting and teasing at stuff. And ever since Luke Skywalker at the end of Mandalorian season 2, they haven't actually delivered anything meaningful.
And I don't even know if they really delivered anything meaningful with that too. Like, there was some meaning to it, but not as much as we should have gotten.
Well,
but
if they had just ended there, I think it would have been more meaningful. When they then character assassinated him in season 3 of Mandalorian, yes, it meant a lot less.
But even at that point, he like wasn't really concerned with the people on board, you know? Like, are you guys all right? Like, he was really just there for the kid.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, the problem with this though is not just that, oh, it's a character you like. It's the fact that it's not Darth Plagueis the Wise, it's Darth Plagueis the Plagiarizer now. Because
And Creeper. Don't forget that.
well, I mean, he could be creepy, I guess, but like this guy's supposed to be formidable
Right.
and he's hiding in a cave and he didn't even like first of all, he didn't even like learn anything. He's just watching. So all he knows is something's possible. Obviously, we know he doesn't actually get anything. He doesn't actually create Anakin. The creation of Anakin was the Force reacting to that. But it was never his idea now. He's just a copycat.
Well, and like, where does he even? I guess I'm still confused too. It's like, how does Osha and May being a thing help him achieve immortality? Because it was just creation of life for Osha and May, right? Whereas Plagueis was, I want to be immortal.
Right. Yeah.
Two different things.
Yeah, but also continuing that point though, it not only was he a copycat, but he also obviously we know he didn't get it right, so he wasn't even successful. But this guy was supposed to be the closest one that came to it. He's Darth Plagueis the Wise, and yet some random witch actually did create life, and it was nothing. It was easy. But like he struggled for a long time to try to create something and didn't even succeed. It just really kind of we this is the first on screen we get of him, and it's already like you're a nothing character now. You're meaningless. There's nothing to you because you've not accomplished a single thing.
Yeah, it was literally just like a little Easter egg to try to get us to be excited or think, oh, maybe it's okay, maybe it's good.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So I don't know. But yeah, so that happened. Woot woot. That was supposed to be the cream of the crop there. That was supposed to be the coom moment. And nobody coomed. Well, some people did.
The
But not
shills did.
the shills did, yeah. And good for Star Wars Theory for finally coming around. He's like, oh, you got it. He was pissed. He was pissed about this. So good for him. So let's see. We were at 21. Yep, they're doing their thing. Wait, did I do this wrong? Okay. So they were fighting. And somehow they know each other's moves. And we get this awesome cinematic moment where they kick. Oh, yeah, that's Osha. By the way, looks a lot like May. She does not know how to differentiate these characters. That looks more like Osha now. But whatever. They do this kick thingy, and then boom. Wow. That was a cool transition, right? It's so stupid. It's all show.
Sure chopped his arm off right there.
Yeah, there are lots of moments here where he probably should have beaten him, but then he doesn't. Like this moment, again, the Jedi got here in 20 minutes from Coruscant. At least we're being consistent. Now is the time to finish this, and he doesn't. But then of course, he cuts off the top of that lightsaber. And that's the end of it, right? He even took his mask off. Finish him. Now is your chance. Get a little dildo lightsaber too that he pulled
Wait,
out.
what's your thoughts on that scene that was all over Twitter where Smilo Ren throws his two lightsabers like boomerangs and Saul kind of force pulses them away? It looks kind of cool. I don't completely hate it.
Let's find it. Let's find it really quick. He pulls out a lightsaber. His little dildo saber. Where is it? Has it happened yet? No, it's right here. It's
Yeah, I think it's right here because they're separated.
yeah. Yep.
Yeah, because he's
Oh.
trying to get him to hit his mask, right?
I guess so. This is dumb.
Yeah, so dumb.
Yeah, what the heck is going on?
His lightsabers on both of you are stupid right
Yep.
now.
You just gotta go.
Just slash them.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, they're so dumb. What is the point of this? I guess he's trying to pull it towards him, and he's like, "No, I will not do what you want me to do." But like, just like move it down a little bit. You have lightning fast reflexes. Just
Also, I'm so sick and tired of sparks
cut off?
flying off lightsabers. That's not how
I know.
lightsabers work.
I know it's not electricity.
Hmm.
It's not lightning. So yeah, that was stupid. And then I guess we missed it. How did we miss it? But yeah, he tosses his lightsaber, but Soul basically he puts his own lightsaber away. It's like, dude, what are you doing?
He
Why
needed to focus.
Oh, that's so dumb. But this is his moment. His lightsaber is destroyed. There's the little kyber crystal. And he doesn't do anything about it. And then Osha comes in and she broke his lightsaber. And they really want you to focus in on that blue kyber crystal there. Because that's gonna matter.
Wait, whose lightsaber is that?
That was Soul's lightsaber.
How'd she break his?
She got it somehow. I can't remember.
Yeah. Well, it's right about here. I think she shoots it, maybe? Oh. Somehow it breaks.
Wait, why is May fighting
breaks
Saul
on the
now?
rock. On the rock.
What?
It breaks on a rock.
And she
yeah,
somehow
lightsaber.
overpowers him. A master.
Watch.
Riveting.
Again, I ask, why is May fighting Saul now?
Just grab your lightsaber, go turn it on. Oh, because May wants him dead. He's the last one she needs to kill.
But I thought she was kind of okay with him now. Why is she fighting Osha then?
She flip-flops a lot.
What's the point of her fighting Osha if she still wants the Jedi dead?
She doesn't want to fight Osha.
Yeah, she didn't want to fight Osha. She wanted Osha to join her.
Yeah.
Okay, so then why did... Okay, so Osha's flip-flopping now? Like, what?
Osha was pissed at her.
Oh, gosh. It's stupid.
Yeah. So she tosses the lightsaber on the ground. Soul's being stupid now at this point. It just keeps continuing downhill for him. Poor guy's an idiot. So she tossed the lightsaber, and he doesn't pick it up because he's a moron. And he's trying instead of explaining.
How does a rock break it like that? Like it would dent it maybe, but it would not
I don't
break
think it would dent it. I mean, Anakin dropped his lightsaber in that factory, and it was fine. And until it got broken by the hydraulic press.
Right.
Yeah, no, it's just silly. But he starts trying to like defend himself, but he doesn't really do a good job of it. He keeps repeating, I did the right thing, which he's right. You did do the right thing, Saul. But maybe give some context as to why you did what you did. You know, maybe explain that your mother was trying to kill you. I saved your life, you little brat. Instead of being like,
witch.
Yeah, he saved their lives, both of them, until he made that little blunder of dropping May. But you know, she survived. And Osha picks up the lightsaber, and he's still being a little wimp. He kind of deserves to die at this point. But he did everything right, and he's now Osha's like, you did what? And he's like, I did the right thing. Why did you do it? I did the... Maybe say it, because she's about to kill you. But he's stupid, and he's like, just do it. It's okay. I forgive you. And
oh,
here's
boy.
where we get This is where we get this cringy.
More powerful than Darth Vader, confirmed.
Yeah, she bleeds. Now, okay. I don't know how
It
Kyber
doesn't work like
bleeding,
that.
but
I
I'm
don't
pretty
know
sure
a
it does.
ton of it, but it does not work like that.
Pretty positive it doesn't. Now, they're trying I guess they're trying to say that she's like, the Force. So, she can do that because she was from the Force. But Anakin
Oh, you mean like
couldn't do that.
Rey
that-
is also the Force? The Force is female?
Well,
Confirmed.
think about this. Okay, maybe it's because she's actually touching the Kyber crystal. I don't know. But if this is how it works, then Anakin's lightsaber would have turned red while he was killing all the younglings.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Right? So,
Or a lot of Jedi who turn evil would have had their lightsabers turn red.
yeah.
The only thing where people are trying to say, well, they were at a nexus of the Force or whatever, right? So it's amplified there. Anakin went to what's the pyramid planet thing where he fights Ahsoka in the Clone Wars?
Right. Yeah.
Like that's also a nexus, and that's where he tried to bleed his crystal as Darth Vader, and he almost died doing it.
Yeah.
So again, you're basically saying they're better than Anakin.
Right. Which we already knew. So they're obviously better. So yeah, turns out she's the one. She's the dark side incarnate.
She's Neo.
She's Neo, and she's the one who kills Soul. And nobody can pass up Anakin doing the Force choke except for Osha. She's about the only one who can do it better. And we see it right here.
Gosh, what a limp-wristed Force choke. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
What are you doing?
The hand is bad, but what really gets me is the face.
Yeah.
There's no feeling in that face. It's
No.
so blank and
This is her channeling anger. Anakin looked like anger incarnate.
Yes.
You could see the hate seething from him.
Mm-hmm.
This is just you deleted my Xbox account? What? Yeah.
I deleted your witch mother.
Yeah. And that's her killing him.
And there
At
he
least she
goes.
knows not to put her thumb in her fist when she's making this.
That would be funny.
And there's Saul. He's dead. Didn't even get to defend himself. Partly his fault. But maybe instead of just killing somebody, maybe just be like, maybe listen to him first. But, I guess that's the dark side. I guess she's given into it.
So does that mean she's better than May now because she killed a Jedi Master without using a weapon?
That is the entire
Yes.
point of the show.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is what they've
She's
tried.
the true acolyte.
That's their version of a
She's the
setup.
one.
Yeah, that's their version of a setup because they tried to make that whole thing at the very beginning that a proper acolyte only kills without a weapon.
Look, was it leading to a Force choke the whole time? Was it leading to a Force choke or Sith lightning the whole time? Are we all supposed to know? Was that supposed to be something May should have figured out, or her master maybe told her? Has no one ever
don't
done
even know
a
if he
Force
knew how to
choke
do it.
before this?
I don't think he knows how to do it just based on how he looks her too after
But,
this.
it's like, why not? That would be very obvious.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, maybe
she's-
the force lightning wouldn't be obvious how to learn that, but force choking.
She's also supposed to be the first one to do it, apparently. So I guess it's within canon, it's technically, I guess it makes sense, but it's just stupid. The Flash had to get sucked back into the multiverse there. He's on another podcast right now talking about a great Star Wars show. But he's back, so.
Sorry, I hit the back button on my phone for some reason. No, it just makes no sense. Like, why would you not try to use the Force to choke somebody? It just is mind-boggling to me that no one thought of this for millennia.
Yep. And so now she's fully dark side.
This is the worst part right here.
And there we go. It's red.
It's like a bad bulb. It's like
Yeah.
It should have turned purple.
I know, right? Look how it's steaming. Like, what the heck is that?
I hate you.
Just
He's like,
can't help but steam when it's around him.
I know, he's like, dang, you're
Oh,
fine.
steamy.
He's jealous. And May's, May's, I don't know what that emotion is, but something. And surprise, surprise, OSHA went bad. We kind of saw that coming a while ago. Oh my gosh, oops.
Didn't we call it from like the very beginning of the show?
Yeah, pretty much.
That they are going to be swapping places.
Oh my gosh, so many spoilers here. So they're here. Gosh, I hate this character. And May is helping her escape, helping them escape. But of course, and she's listening to all the things. She basically gets the full context of the entire show in this one moment. She finds out what happens. And what does she do? She decides that it's all Soul's fault. And Soul's the real villain of the Hack-olyte.
Yep.
And she does this little like feely touchy thing, and then she goes, ooh, and he's gone.
He's not there.
He's not there. So he leaves. Oh gosh, Basil.
Basil's back.
There he is. Still don't know why he sabotaged. Soul.
Nobody knew what I did.
Got away with it.
And so Basil gets away. He's not she's not the only villain to get away. Basil gets away with it too. That's kind of the whole show. All the stupid bad people get away with all the awful things, and the good people suffer.
Mm-hmm.
And so they hug it out. And of course, for some reason, May can't join them, so they got to wipe her memory, and she's got to be the scapegoat once again. There's always got to be a scapegoat.
Wiping memory? What was that? I didn't realize it could
They
do
use
that.
the Obliviate spell. They're the first ones in history to use it. So this is where Harry Potter learned it.
Why can't May join them?
Honestly, I don't know. I kind of checked out at this point. But for whatever reason, I guess there can only be one Hack-olyte, and she's, whatever, and May's willing to do whatever to protect her sister, help her sister out. And so they hug it out. Oh man, these are our heroes. And he wipes her mind, and she gets taken by the Jedi.
What'd I do?
And brought to the council, and she doesn't remember a single thing. Kind of setting up a season 2.
And they believe her. They don't.
And not only did we
believe her.
Yeah, not only did OSHA become a bad character, but May doesn't get punished for anything she did.
For killing two Jedi? Well, one. Because Torben killed himself.
And kill Naka too.
No,
Smiler Ren killed Naka.
Mir. He did it.
Come here.
Come here.
Someone made a joke on Friday Night Dates that she she came. Leslie had lesbian headlamp came up with the name Khmer from all the times that she was listening in on Harvey Weinstein in his office with all these.
Oh no, that's
No.
bad.
Come here.
Khmer. Yeah. But yeah, so she doesn't know anything, and then Master Nepo with the tism goes in front of the council. I assume this is the count. I mean, I guess these are like
That's
senators.
the senators, yeah.
We got some wacky looking
Yeah,
people.
look
here.
at that hair there. Yeah.
Very diverse and
DEI.
It reminds me of like Hunger Games or something.
Yeah.
and she blames it all on Soul. It's all Soul's fault. And she knows it's not. She obviously knows it's not. She's not just, no, she knows the whole story now.
Why does she have to have special robes too? Like that wasn't a thing in the prequels. They would always wear their Jedi robes.
Yeah, and she's not even on the council, so I'm not
Right.
sure.
Well, when your Jedi robes look as dumb as they did in this show, I wouldn't
Yeah,
wear them
that's
either.
yeah.
That's fair. Yeah. But yeah, so she just gets away with this. And she, we get some more May stuff. Who cares? They live happily ever after. She's all
Old
smart.
hands.
She's the acolyte. Oh, she's so cool. And before we get to the very end here, we get one more cameo in this episode.
Da, 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 da,
This is supposed to be like Luke, like when Luke and Leia are given as babies, like staring off into the two suns. It's so dumb.
Dark Plagueis is just.
Like, it's like, what do you guys? He's like jerking off in the game to the sight of them. Looks pretty much acted.
Oh no!
But before it ends, nepotism comes to see somebody.
And who might it be?
It's Master Yoda.
No. It's old baby Yoda. It's old Grogu. It's old Grogu.
Right.
Get it right. Get it right.
Some
Old
people said
Grogu.
that. Yeah, that's the state of Star Wars fandom now. Couple things here. First of all, Yoda, like we said already, Yoda is now complicit in all of this. He knows everything, and yet he didn't do anything about it going into the prequels, which makes Order 66 truly his fault at the end of the day. Second of all, why does he have old man hair? He's supposed to be super young here. So that's kind of weird.
He should look more like Yaddle, whatever.
Yeah,
Whoever was
Yaddle.
in.
Yeah. Yep. So
Should have brought the puppet back.
yeah. I'm glad they didn't make him talk though, at least. But yeah, this was like, you done with Star Wars now? All right, time to bury it in the ground, sealed coffin. It's done. So that's the Acolyte. And yeah, true. I mean, what a way to ruin a franchise is to go back in time and rewrite,
unravel everything that comes after.
Yeah, that's how you screw it all up.
And also, let's be honest, go forward in time and unravel the nice bow that was tied up by Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, ruin every character, just kind of soil them and then make them, then kill them so that their legacy is just ruined forever. That's how you kill a franchise.
Mm-hmm.
This is a case study. Star Wars is a case study on how to ruin a franchise, an IP. Disney's mastered it.
It's ridiculous.
Thank goodness that's over.
Yeah, but
more
not
choice.
actually, because they're probably going to get a season 2.
Probably because viewership doesn't matter in renewing shows. It's just how much backlash did you get?
DEI points.
Let's get another season going.
Yeah.
And they're gonna
Well,
say,
when it's
"Oh,
all
we really
money
listened."
laundering, anyways.
Yeah, they're all gonna be like, "We listened to the fans. You know, we really want to focus on quality this time. You know, like we're really going well into the story, all this stuff. Where you know,
We
it's gonna be
really want to
good."
use the budget correctly this time.
Yeah, yeah, and then it's the same exact thing. Like, oh, okay, you really didn't learn anything. So, yeah,
Um,
there you have it. That's the acolyte, the Hack-olyte. And
piece of crap.
yeah, I mean, it really shows kind of things that happen in Mandalorian and Boba Fett and all these other shows. Like, it's really it's a bunch of keys jangling in your face, and that's supposed to keep you going. You know, that's supposed to. It's all the people who wrote bad fan fiction. They're the ones who are in charge of it now. This is, you know, this is their idea of the best of Star Wars. And you probably should have known that this was going to be bad. Well, we did, but like when asked what is your favorite Star Wars movie, Leslie Headland said there's all of it. It's all just Star Wars. There is no Star Wars movie. It's just all Star Wars. Just pick
I didn't even know that. That's a ridiculous answer.
Empire Strikes Back like everybody else, and that's an acceptable answer.
Because she doesn't know the names of any of the Star Wars.
As long as it's Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, or Revenge of the Sith, you can make an argument for any of those three. So
yeah. Or even Star Wars, A New Hope.
You can make an argument for New Hope,
Yeah.
Yep. But no, this is what we got. And you know, DEI will change face over the years.
I'm just glad that Yor died.
Go away. What'd you say?
I'm glad that Yor died for saying that Anakin destroyed the Death Star.
And I'm really glad that Moog survived. I was really worried that we would lose him.
Mog, Lord of
Right,
Blog.
Don't dead name him.
Yeah. Mog is alive and well, and you know, that's he's probably gonna be some ancestor of Obi-Wan or something stupid. You know. He's
Mog
Kenobi.
The Jedi sure improved though over time, I will say.
Which shouldn't be the case because according to Old Republic, that was their peak, but you know.
Right. Yeah. Well, this isn't Old Republic, this is High Republic.
No, I know, but there shouldn't be a decrease and then an increase to another decrease. That's not how that worked.
Yeah.
It was a gradual, slow decline.
Yeah. They really, and it's not like the Jedi are good, but they have a downfall because of some of their weaknesses. It's weaknesses that is their downfall. It's not that they're bad or that they're evil.
Mm-hmm.
They are still good throughout. But because of their mess ups, that is how the New Republic was built. The New Jedi Order was built, at least in the EU. Luke understood. He took the good parts of the Jedi. The Jedi shouldn't be eliminated, but there are things that the Jedi did wrong that we can learn from. That's kind of the ultimate
he
thing.
forgot about all of that with Grogu and Ben Solo. So
that's why I said
again,
the EU.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But the point is
stupid.
that they missed the entire point of the prequels.
Yeah.
And really truly the sequels too. I guess they missed the point of everything.
Yeah, they did.
Because they think that if you all die, if you get yourself eliminated and extinct, you obviously are, there's something wrong with you. You're bad, you know. There's something fatally wrong with you, and it's just not true.
I'm just pissed too that Rey is gonna get what Luke's movie should have been.
I know.
Yeah, isn't there a Rey show coming out?
No, there's a Rey movie coming out, and they've released
Well,
a synopsis, which is her rebuilding the Jedi Order.
Yeah,
it's like, wait a minute, that's what everyone wanted to see from Luke, not Rey.
Yeah, they're basically making their new prequels and new originals now at this point. like the sequels are the originals in their eyes, and the new stuff with Rey is the true sequels, you know. And the Acolyte and all the stuff that's going to come before, that's the real prequels. So yeah, I don't. It's done. Star Wars is done.
George really let us down, huh?
You know, he regretted that though. 100% regretted that decision. But what are you going to do now? He's on his deathbed.
Someone needs to have the balls to come in, take control of Star Wars, and just literally strike all of this garbage as non-canon.
Non-canon, and fire everybody.
Yes,
who's involved.
including
Dave Filoni,
yeah.
Kathleen Kennedy. They all need to go.
Yeah.
They all need to go. They're all complicit. Yep. Does George Lucas have a son?
George Lucas Jr.
Yeah. No, or just, you know, let's be done. Let's be done with Star Wars. Let's enjoy what we have and be done with it.
We can't do that anymore, I'm afraid.
Yeah. Well, we can.
Well,
at least the true fans can. And
we can always turn off our subscription.
Yeah, well, the general audience, I will say, but I mean, yeah, you don't have. We vote with our dollar, you know, so you know, don't watch it. You know, it's only
we'll
YouTubers.
do that for you.
The YouTubers are the only ones watching this, and because the shills are all YouTubers too. You know, nobody normal is really watching this. They might watch the first episode, 2 episodes, 3 episodes, maybe, but they don't go beyond that. Rings of Power was evidence of that too. So,
did y'all talk about that hilarious tweet that
poster
Amazon? Yes. Oh my gosh, that was so fantastic. Did they end up deleting it?
Yeah, but everyone screen capped it. It's like,
of course.
Yeah. Yep. It's great. It's so funny too. Like, it looked funny on a monitor desktop. It looked funny on the phone. And then when you like scroll between them, it still doesn't line up. It still doesn't line up at all. It's just even wider at that point. Somebody really screwed up. But
some marketing major somewhere got fired over that.
Yep.
Or advertising, maybe. Whatever.
Social media manager.
Yes. Yeah.
We're gonna be switching gears to that pretty soon. In end of
I haven't seen the first season.
Well,
and don't forget what Rebel Moon directors came.
Oh yes, I forgot to mention. We got like basically a porno in that trailer.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, like what was his name again? Noble.
Yes, Noble.
Got sexually assaulted by a tentacle in that
monster.
Throat. It was very disturbing.
I will say, it looks good from the rogue robot perspective.
Yes. Like, hey, if we get more rogue robot,
give me the robot. Good old Jim.
Antler guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're gonna get the context, the backstory behind how he got those antlers.
Right.
Because that's what we really cared about.
Kill the deer.
Story we need, but not the one we deserve.
That was the most important thing that I thought happened in that. Was like, dude, this is actually a sick character that I actually want to know about. Please tell me more. That was the only thing.
Yeah, I just love that he like really made it super bloody, like over the top bloody. It's like, okay, this is all you think people want?
Yeah, blood.
Also, like,
blood
why
nudity.
Couldn't you have that? Why couldn't you have that in the other version? It's on Netflix anyway.
Because it's like, okay, most films have to be cut down for theaters, and you pick the stuff that isn't necessarily the most important things. You don't go into a movie expecting to have to make a deleted version of it. I mean, I guess most do, but most I'm sure everybody has deleted scenes, but most movies don't have extended editions, until years later. This he went into. It's the same year that the movies came out, and that
made no sense.
point of it is because it's Snyder. Like, we have to have extended editions, but like they're releasing on Netflix, dude. Just release the full cut
Yeah.
all at once.
They didn't go to theaters, so just give it all.
Right. If you're expecting people, the same audience, to watch it, why did you even come out with the first ones then? It's the same platform, same audience. It's stupid. It's just a gimmick. It's a Snyder release the Snyder cut. I guarantee nobody's gonna watch these. They're way too long. We already know what we get. It's just it's terrible.
Yeah, all the comments on that tweet that you sent were like, I'm not putting myself through an extended version of this.
No, I'll just watch other YouTubers watch it.
Yeah.
That'll be way more entertaining.
I did see one guy who's I think it was on Mahler. He was replying to Mahler and he was like I am excited actually for this because I get to watch you guys do EFAP on this.
Yeah. Most cringe things, I'm like, all right, I can't wait for the EFAP on this. Have you guys heard about, Boogie? Do you know the YouTuber Boogie?
No.
The Boogie is like a big YouTuber who is just the saddest human being you'll ever see. Just like has no self-esteem. The dude will do anything. He lies constantly. He gets caught up in his own lies. It's like he's the guy who shot that warning shot that you see that picture of the fat guy with the gun pointing out his apartment. That's Boogie.
No. Wait, is he the fake cancer guy?
Yes, he's the fake cancer guy. That's the current Boogie controversy. There are layers to his controversy.
What?
There are so many things.
Have I not heard of this guy?
Mahler, EFAP team just did a 6-hour part 1 Boogie basically breakdown. Boogie lore, if you will. That's kind of leading up to the cancer stuff. It's just
he basically has been fundraising / trying to just garner sympathy for what he's now saying was having cancer markers in his blood. But when he first broke the news, he said he had cancer.
Right. Yeah, he doesn't. We don't actually know if he has cancer. He's gone back. It's like he's got like multi personalities. He'll be like trying to sympathize his fans, get sympathy. He'll fake cry constantly, but it's like a. But then he's like doesn't squint his eyes at all. It's like, okay, maybe you probably should know how to fake cry by now. You do it so much, and he constantly goes like he's huge. This guy's freaking huge. He constantly is trying to lose weight. And then he'll be like, screw you guys for trying to, like, it's my life. I will, if I want to be 700 pounds, I'll be 7. Like, constantly going back. Like, obviously, if you tell your fans that you want to be held accountable and then they hold you accountable and you get pissed off at them.
That's on you, man. That's on you.
That's your problem. But, and then there's like one time he said he bought it. He wanted his fans to buy a Tesla for him. He literally said, "Give me your money so I can buy a Tesla," and he said that he bought it. He tweeted that he bought a Tesla, but then later he came and he's like, "Oh yeah, what I meant by that is like I test drove a Tesla." I actually don't.
Yeah, same thing.
So who knows? Does he actually have a Tesla? We don't know. We don't know because he just keeps going back and forth on it. It's a disaster. He's had like 3 ex-wives now, and he called them all Des. One of them's name was Dez, and he just kept calling him Dez. Just weird stuff. He called his ex-wife on a live stream one time, and she clearly didn't want to talk to him. And he like fake laughed about horrible things. She was telling him horrible things she did to her, and he's fake laughing. I mean, the dude's awful. And he constantly tries to get sympathy. And yeah, but it's fascinating. It's very fascinating, the life of Boogie. So yeah, EFAP did a 6-hour EFAP on it, and that's only the part 1, and they're gonna do a part 2 pretty soon. So yeah, so I listened to it at work. It's very fun. I love EFAP, but yeah. So anyways, I don't know where that I got on that tangent. I guess it was Rebel Moon, but yeah, we won't be doing any Rebel Moon stuff, but we will be. Eventually, I need to actually post our Rebel Moon reviews. But we're gonna do pretty soon House of the Dragon, and then probably maybe Cape Crusader, which is the new woke BTAS. We'll see. And then of course, once Rings of Power comes out, it's gonna be that for a while. So that's what you got to look forward to. Us suffering more and more. I don't think anything good. Well, House of Dragon, that'll be fun, at least. So, Nick, you got to catch up. And Flash, you haven't even watched it.
Yeah, I'll probably binge it.
Yeah.
So it's a tough one because my wife and I would watch that together, but right now, the period of life we are in, it is hard to find time to sit down and watch TV together. So I don't like watching stuff without her. That's when it's our show. So
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But yeah, so that's the Hack-olyte, and that is the last we'll be probably talking about it. Hopefully.
Thank goodness.
We'll see. Maybe season 2. Maybe there'll be some fun backlash. But yeah, I think next week we'll probably get back into some more news and kind of regular stuff, and then in 2 weeks, hopefully House of the Dragon.
Yeah, speaking of news, kind of, did you guys see that Ubisoft responded to the backlash about Assassin's Creed?
I did. I saw the post on Twitter and read through it. I mean, it was basically, oh, we've never said we're historically accurate.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair to them, they do say that at the beginning of every Assassin's Creed game.
Right.
But
it's a cop out though.
It's a cheap cop out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, they were like, "We're sorry, but we didn't do anything wrong."
Yeah.
Right.
I think the only backlash we'll see is bendy lightsaber on Kamir's back.
True.
Everyone loves a great comeback story.
I was just there was in
the video.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. So that was agonizing, but we did it, and it's over, and
it's a long 7 weeks.
Journey. It was about the journey, and now we got fun stuff to look forward to until Rings of Power. So, with that, go check out our Discord server. Go check out you don't really need to check out our socials right now. There's not really much going on there. Check out our Discord because we do hang out on there, and maybe we can play some games, all that jazz. And with that, we will catch you next week with regular stuff. So look forward to that. Peace out, guys.
See you.
Bye, everybody.